yesterday morning, I asked you to think about your role models. And since then, several of you have come up to me and thanked me and told me who you were thinking about. And for me, several of my role models are actually in this room right now. Oh. And I'm looking at them. It makes me very verklempt. I have tremendous respect and admiration for, well, most of you. Sorry. I'm doing this with Steve Storr, so I had to. But seriously, thank you for your years of service, for the time, the dedication, the balancing of your work life, your paid life, and your extraordinary volunteer work, and balancing what you did with your families, any personal life you might have had time for. I know that at times it was daunting and overwhelming for you, but I also know how fulfilling it was for you and what an honor. And the true testament of that is that you're all here. You're still giving your time and energy to this Cantors Assembly because you love the Cantors Assembly to this day, after, for some of you, many, many years. So I was thinking about my first few conventions back in the Catskill Mountains. I was just a little pisher. I think I was 22 years old, and I was in cantorial school at GTS, and I was working at Park Avenue Synagogue with David Lefkowitz. I was his Chazan Sheni. It was really an honor, and he was kind of flaunting me around and introducing me to all of these gedolim, and I was absolutely in awe. And I was starstruck, quite honestly, and I never, ever imagined that I would be the president, because at the time, women were not even allowed to be members of the Cantors Assembly. So I was thinking about those of you in the room today, maybe one day you might be standing here in the spot that these guys are as a member of this cherished society. So when you become the Cantors Assembly president, you receive this magnificent Holocaust Torah that you get to house in your shul, in your ark, or wherever you'd like to house it. And then when you're finished being the president, you give the Torah on to the next, your successor. And you're left with, well, I guess relief. But I was thinking about how beautiful it would be if there was some kind of token for all of these past presidents who have worked so hard and continue to work for the Assembly. And as Sheldon mentioned this morning, he said, I've had the good fortune to do a lot of work with the Federation of Jewish Men's Club and the Women's League conventions. And so I was trying to think about some of the things that I've seen from them. The Women's League has this amazing, Corey Schneider, when she was the president, has this loom, and she looms, and it's actually in Sheldon Shul, where you can weave your own talit or your own Atara. It is unbelievable, and several of the women have made them for themselves, for their children, grandchildren. And I was at the Federation of Jewish Men's Club convention last summer, and all of the past presidents were standing in a line in the order that they served, and each one of them was wearing a men's club talit. Now, I didn't want to presume to know what kind of talit each one of you would want to wear, so I thought it would be really cool if we made a Cantors Assembly Atara for past presidents to kind of wear with pride. And I took it to the foundation meeting of all these magnificent past presidents, and they loved the idea. And Steve Storr said, I'd like to pay for that. I'd like the honor at Kavod for that. And so it gives me great pleasure to call upon my dear friend and one of our past presidents, Steve Storr.
Hey. Not only have I had the honor of being a president, which comes with a weighty obligation, but comes with a delightful opportunity to meet a lot of Cantors, but it also allows you to help set the path for our evolution. Each person that I will call upon the stage tonight did her or his best to lead and to live up to the word chazon, to be a visionary. When one leads a business, a country, a classroom, their time is limited, but potentially their impact is everlasting. My peers, each of you has left a positive imprint on the Cantors Assembly in your time. And like our beloved colleagues who are no longer with us, your names shall, into the long future, be spoken with respect and appreciation. The Atara, which Elisa suggested as a gesture of appreciation for your decades of devotion to the Assembly, is my gift to each of you. A gift of chavruta, of dear friendship. The quote and the design is something I chose with specific kavanah. This is the Atara. It comes from Nehemiah, chapter 12, 46. Roshei HaMishorarim v'shir tehillah v'hodot le'Elohim. You are leaders of the singers, concentrating on song of praise and thanks to God. I hope this will adorn one of your, no doubt many, taletot, and you will wear it proudly. Let people inquire of you, what is that for? What does it mean? And then you can continue to educate Amcha about the value of chazanim, and you can continue to educate chazanim on what it means to be a leader and committed to Amcha. As shlichei tzibur and morei tzedek, each of you have stood tall. As a past president, unlike other chazanim who retire from their pulpit, a CA president never retires from being a past president. We, like David HaMelech, are sweet singers, but we are not only singers. I heard once that singing is only... There is a quote that is associated with David HaMelech. It says, K'migdal David savarech banui letalpiot elaf magen talui alav kol shiltei hagiburim. It's a quote from Shir HaShirim. May your neck be as a tower of David, jeweled with the shields of 1,000 heroes. I hope this reminder that will be placed around your neck is a reminder to you that it will reinforce your posture as you represent the tower of the many sweet singers that we serve. I hope it will afford you a sense of pride, and a sense of humility, and a sense of kavanah in your tefillot. I'd like to call upon each of our presidents, past presidents, to come up and receive the Atara. We have our officers who will someday, please God, be past presidents, singing a beautiful rendition of Talit. And we hope it once again brings you honor. Near the microphones, they work to amplify sound. Are we in chronological order at this point?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Okay. We do have some colleagues who, thank God, are still with us but couldn't make it to the convention, and we will honor them. Sadly, we recall to mind as well as those beloved colleagues who did serve as presidents, but sadly have left us. First, we call Chazan Nathan Lamb. Chazan Stephen Stein. Chazan Abe Lubin. Chazan Henry Rosenberg. Chazan Sheldon Levin. Chazan Jacob Ben-Sion Mendelsohn. Chazan Joseph Goll. Chazan David Probus. Chazan Jack Chomsky. Chazan Nancy Abrams. Chazan Alberto Mizrahi.
And to Stephen Storr.